Hey, going. Welcome back to another episode of Chalk and Cheese. On today's episode, we're going to be looking at the year so far for AFL and NRL.
All right, Gilmore. So we looked at the start of the season. We made our top 8 predictions for each sport. We're just going to look at a score of the teams we selected and whether they're in the 8 or not. At the moment, Gilmore, with the AFL, I'm having a bit of a shocker.
Yeah.
I'm sitting 3 of 8. 3 teams I picked to be in the 8 or in the 8. The rest are out. And in the NRL, not too bad. 6 out of 8. Where are you sitting with your AFL?
I
NRL?
surprisingly am doing better in the league.
Hey, your new sport.
It's not a new sport. I think it's just a bit more predictable. I got 7 out of 8 for that. So I had the Cowboys in, who still aren't in. But with the AFL, those teams that I was thinking might make a push if they put the season together, they are making the push. So Port's in there. I didn't pick them.
Yeah.
Who else is in there? Blues fell off a cliff. Dockers fell off a cliff. Sydney fell off a cliff. So I had all them in. Bulldogs are pushing hard. And the Saints as well, having a great season.
Is Richmond playing or?
Yeah, Richmond, I think they've just taken the year off. But yeah, I only got 5 out of 8 for the AFL.
See, my NRL, I don't know, 6 out of 8. The 2 that sort of dropped out for me, which surprised me, were my Roosters and Cowboys. I thought they'd be doing all right. I just thought Roosters just because of who they are.
Yeah.
And they made some good signings with Brandon Smith and stuff, but it just hasn't come together for them.
Yeah.
Cowboys, they look like they're finding their way again and sort of look like they're going to be finishing strong. So maybe at the end of the year, they might prove me right. But just at the moment, bit of a shocker.
Yeah.
If we sort of said, all right, Gilmore, from this point on, remaining games to go, what's your 8 going to look like at the end of the season before we get into the finals?
Yeah, so just speaking on the Cowboys, they're actually on a bit of a run. There was a month ago, they had a 4-week period.
Lost to Tigers, got slaughtered,
they couldn't put a game together. And it's like, why? Like, Scott Drinkwater was doing nothing. Townsend was doing nothing. But the last couple of weeks,
It looked like the team
they're
lost,
clicking so good. Like, Dearden's actually playing pretty well. Val Holmes is like always just can count on him. Tamalolo's just come back.
Yeah.
So I actually, for my league going into the back end of the year, I still got Panthers at the top. Sharks, Broncos, who I didn't originally pick, but they've just, after last year's season, I don't think anyone really picked them.
Broncos, I don't know.
And then their defense has been strong. Obviously, Reece Walsh has been way better than he's actually contributing. He's not just holding his own. Like they played on the weekend. They won against Dolphins.
Yeah.
But
Reece
they
Walsh
looked
was there.
very different. So Broncos at 3, Storm, Raiders, Rabbitohs, Warriors. Because Warriors, man, they're exciting and they can now defend.
Yeah,
they've always been exciting, but they couldn't defend.
So you got,
and then Cowboys will come and take that 8th spot.
okay. See, it was tough. See, I copied you. My Storm, Panthers, I had first.
Yeah,
I don't know. My big prediction for the start of the year was the Storm was going to fall off, and another thing I was wrong with. I actually think they'll finish strong, even though Panthers beat them. I think Panthers are sort of above everyone else, and then all the others are just fighting. So I think Storm will get 2nd. I've got the Eels 3rd, and Broncos 4th. My Sharks at the moment, they beat easy teams, but they lose against the top teams. So I see them dropping a little
when
bit.
When they put it together, they're great. But they're just a bit inconsistent.
But
at the
see,
moment.
I think they put together against easy teams.
Yeah,
when it comes up against a hard team, I don't see them holding. So I have them in the 8th. I got them coming 6th. Then I have my Raiders. See, the Raiders, they've been winning, but I don't know. They don't look.
They're classic Raiders, mate.
Yeah.
They'll grind out wins where they shouldn't, and then they'll just be up by 20 and lose 40 to 20. Like,
the thing is, I don't see them getting 220 points. Like, they're winning games. So I got them sneaking in 7th, and then I think Rabbitohs 8th. Like, I like Rabbitohs, and I think their issue sort of being Latrell. Yeah. When they have him back, they're like a different team. So if he comes back, I think they'll finish strong. But I still think he's a couple of weeks away. So
I think a lot of those teams in the 8 who are there now have the advantage of all of them have had periods this year where they've had slumps and they just don't look like themselves. But despite all that, they've still found themselves in the 8. So Cowboys coming home strong. They're in their good window at the moment, and I think they can push hard.
I think that's the one we sort of both agree on at the moment. They're the team outside the 8 we see coming in.
Yeah.
The rest, I just see fighting for different spots.
So I had the Eels actually dropping out of the 8.
Oh, okay.
They're coming in at 9th because they're right
Ooh,
now.
so you're dropping them out. Okay.
Yes, and pull the Cowboys in because the Cowboys have to take one of the positions. So I'm thinking Warriors will go well. They'll have home games and they always play well at home, except last week.
So we do have some differences. So yours is Warriors getting in and Cowboys.
Yeah.
Mine is Cowboys coming in and Eels staying. So out of
you kicked out the Warriors, did you?
Yeah, at the moment I don't have Warriors staying in. I got them coming out. And so my Warriors getting replaced by Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm trying to think, who was the... You got Eels out. So who do you have taking
So the
Eels
Cowboys
spot?
coming in because Cowboys are 9 at the moment.
Okay, so
So
that's
I have
how
them
big
coming
one.
in 8, yeah.
Cowboys for Eels, mine's
Cowboys for Warriors.
Warriors.
Yeah.
All right, so that'll be our bone of contention at the end of the season.
Yeah.
All right, AFL. I'll go first with the AFL.
Yeah.
So at the moment, Pies top of the table. I'm keeping them there.
Yeah.
I'm hoping my Lions can keep going and finishing off second. I don't know. Power. I don't know if this is like the repeat. Was a 2022 season where they had a great regular season, but they
The difference is this year we're halfway through the season and they're getting
Still
stronger.
going.
That's the difference. Normally they win their first 6 weeks of footy
Yeah.
and then 4 or 5 weeks leading into the bye round and after, just nothing going on. And
Yeah.
they look strong. Like Charlie Dixon's come back. Well, not come back, but he's like, looks like he's played footy again. Like he's doing pretty well. And then midfield, at the moment, they're ferocious and they're kicking goals. So,
So that'll be the one we sort of, I think Power will get third. Demons fourth. I've got the Saints holding on for their fifth and staying there. I've got Bulldogs sixth. Geelong coming in seventh. I've got them getting a couple of places. And I've got the Crows finishing eighth. So you don't even want to look at who I guessed at the top start of the year. So we won't talk to that, but that's my 8 at the end. Who's your...
Yeah, so I've got Port finishing strong. So
top. You think they'll take the Pies?
I think they've got a pretty good percentage at the moment. It'll be either a game clear or same game, but high percentage just to get it. Pies second. Lions third. Demons fourth. And then my bottom 4, I got Saints going to hold on to that spot. Crows are going to keep going strong. Bulldogs will stay. And I think Cats will knock out the Bombers and take that 8th spot at the moment.
Oh, yeah. So we both sort of, at the moment,
similar.
I think we've both got, Bombers falling out with the Geelong. You've just got Geelong 8. I've got them 7th.
Yeah.
So that's close. So I don't know. Hopefully that's a good sign. I've copied you and I can get a couple extra in at the end.
Yeah.
Because my 3 from 8's not looking good from the start of the year.
Yeah.
With sort of our big takes, I struggle with the AFL where I said Brisbane should consider firing Chris Fagan. I'm still standing by that statement.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for finals.
They need to make the grand final this year. Obviously, if they win the whole thing, that's complete validation.
Yeah, good job.
But they need to make the grand final this year for him to do any sort of extension.
Yeah.
But,
And I don't know, we were both proven wrong with our Dolphins prediction of having...
they're on the slippery slope to no redemption at the moment.
I still think they've won more games than I thought.
Yeah, definitely that. Like the first 6 weeks, every Queensland team was in the top 8.
Yeah.
But then obviously Kafusi got suspended and a couple other issues went against them. And
I think that's the struggle.
Down in 12th at
being
the moment.
a new club, they just don't have...
They have the depth
Yeah. So when they get those injuries, they lost their halfback Sean O'Sullivan
and they're
for
going
6
to the Q
weeks.
Cup.
Yeah, it's
kids
just...
aren't ready. But in that, like some of their players have come through the Q Cup.
Doing a good job. So
you think like even Jermaine Asako hasn't played
different
football
play all of a
this
sudden.
good in a long time.
Yeah. So
and Nicarima as well.
let us know what you think of our top 8s. I might stop making predictions because it looks like I don't know what I'm talking about. We might have to keep Gilmore with these AFL and see if we can hold on till the end. But I'm hoping after the first half I'm a little bit closer and can finish off strong. But NRL, I think I'll be okay. AFL, that's going to be the tough one.
Yeah, those bottom 2, like 7 and 8, will be massively contested. If the Bombers can pull it together for a few weeks, Giants are on the hunt at the moment. Even Suns, I think after they got pants by the Pies, I think you can't count on them now.
Was that one of our mess ups with the AFL as well? Was Swans, wasn't it?
Yeah, Swans.
We both thought
them. But again, when they beat the Cat, they drew on the weekend, but they have beaten good teams, and when they play well, they're unbelievable.
I don't know if they're
just inconsistency.
What's happening with
issue.
Sydney, because the Roosters and Swans both sort of having
in the water
a down
over
year.
at Double Bay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen them both have a down year.
Yeah.
In how long? We sort of went on reputation and they're proving us wrong.
Yeah, well, that's the biggest thing in league. We went on the big clubs and chucked a couple of smaller ones in there, and it seems to be fairly okay because you can just go on previous years. But AFL, anyone can beat anyone on the day.
Yeah,
it's quite crazy.
All right, so make sure you have a look, see if we think we know what we're talking about or not. Let us know where you see the teams finishing first, AFL, first, NRL, who you got dropping out of the 8, and let us know your thoughts.
Before we go, who's winning the NRL comp?
At the moment,
like the grand final, 3 final series.
I've got a Panthers versing, and I know I'm not going to like myself for a Broncos grand final because I'm speaking with the heart. But and AFL, I'm going to go hard again. Lions versing Pies.
Ooh.
Who's yours?
I'm going to say Pies and Power, so the top two. So one of them will lose, and then they'll get a home final and play maybe Demons, Lions, whatever. That's a tough travel. Always going to Adelaide Oval. Broncos, I don't know, man. My heart is thinking they're just still too young in that space and they won't get there. Panthers, I reckon, will be there. I reckon, like Rabbitohs, if they're healthy, can make a push, but Storm as well.
Jeez,
one of those two, I reckon.
Because it's tough, though. At the moment, we both got Rabbitohs sneaking into the 8 and making the final. It might be like a Cowboys run 2017 when Michael Morgan took a team. Because that could be Latrell.
Yeah, true.
Your fullback star.
That's what I mean. If they get all
back,
their players back,
they're a good team. Yeah,
that's an unbelievable roster.
Yeah. So, all right. Grand final picks. We picked our team. Looks like I'm picking with the heart. Gilmore's trying to use the brain. Let us know what you think.
Not much of that. Cheers. Thank you.